This video is brought to you by me staying up too late last night watching episodes of The Home Edit on Netflix. The Pantry Makeover is officially happening. I've been planning and saving for it since earlier in the summer, and I have two goals for this project. Make it functional. Since I've been budgeting over the last 2 years, I have learned that a key to staying on track with my grocery spending is using the pantry wisely. It helps me save money, reduce waste, and make fewer trips to the grocery store. With the move though, my focus has been on other rooms and the pantry has been neglected, as you can see. So today I'm gonna fix that. My second goal is to make it beautiful. My pantry is right between the kitchen and the dining area. I feel like it's very visible from wherever I'm at, so I'd like for it to be pretty. I pulled out my planner, printed an inspiration picture, and made a list of things I could reuse and supplies to buy. First things first, I cleaned out every last item from the pantry and placed it all on the kitchen counter. Once it was completely empty, I gave everything a quick wipe down and vacuumed the floor. Onto the sorting, I want to create areas in the pantry. Breakfast items, baking ingredients, snacks. So I grouped like items and used this time to check expiration dates. Thought I was gonna pass this test, but there were a couple of spices well past their prime. Okay, let's talk about containers. First up, mason jars and weck jars. Jeremy likes to bake and uses these for lots of different things, so we've amassed quite a few over the years. And then I learned about the importance of airtight containers for things like flour from Talia at Workweek Lunch. These I've had for a couple of years and they're holding up great. If you are looking to invest in anything for your pantry, I would start with a set like this. Then pretty containers. Full disclosure, these were not a necessary purchase, but one of my goals was to make the pantry pretty. When I looked over my moving budget, I had come in under on the blinds and window treatments, so I took some of that leftover money and put it toward the pantry, and now my protein powder looks really cute. And the next brand I want to try comes in bags, so I think these containers will be really convenient to have. As a quick aside, in a perfect world, I'd prefer to have regular shelves instead of wired ones, but I've decided, at least for now, to spend money on the fun containers instead of doing a lot to the shelves. My mom did recommend these liners she had seen in the garage section of the Container Store, and they helped me get just a little bit more stability. I tried to label as much as I could. I used a chalkboard marker. I put the name of the ingredient. If there was an expiration date I wanted to remember, I wrote that on the bottom. And if something came with instructions that I felt like I'd need in the future, I cut it out and taped it to the bottom with washi tape. In my Pantry Essentials video, I said, it's human nature. We eat what we can see. So items I wanted to remind myself to use went in wire baskets. Hopefully this will help me use them and will also help me from accidentally buying duplicates. Things that can look a little bit messy and disorganized, like small snacks and individually wrapped products, I put in these plastic bins. It makes everything look neat, and there is a very, very small chance I will ever forget I have chocolate in the pantry. Getting some things out of their original packaging can save space. I did this with my boxes of tea. Bought this little organizer, consolidated everything, and now it takes up less space on the shelf. The one thing I really miss about my old kitchen is the spice drawer, but I am happy with my new setup. I bought labels off of Etsy and these tiny, adorable spice jars. I love that now if I buy spices from a bulk store or buy them from different brands, they can look uniform on this bamboo shelf. Now I have my breakfast area on the top to the left. In the bin, I have granola bars and bagels. Then we have cereal and old-fashioned rolled oats, and that's the tea organizer. On the shelf underneath that, this is what I think of as true pantry essentials. I reused a can organizer from my last place and a Lazy Susan I used to keep vitamins on in a cupboard, but it works great here to hold some of these different bottles. And in the wire bin, these are what I want to remember that I have so that I can use them. And when I meal plan next week, I can look through here and try to build meals off of what I already have. Then I have the spices, which I think turned out really good. My sister says she wants to come over in 1 month and see if things still look like this, so hopefully I can keep it all organized. The one thing that didn't really work out, on the airtight containers, I had used the chalkboard pen and the writing didn't show up well against things like flour and sugar. So I'm gonna see if my mom has a different colored pen and write the labels with that. We have the protein powders, vanilla and chocolate. Then in the weck jar, I have some powdered fiber. The smoothie maker I have has lots of little accessories, and I loved putting it all in one bin. And I hope that makes it really easy for days I want to make a smoothie. Simply grab that and bring it all out at once. And then in the basket with the wooden handle, I have some supplements and also some ingredients that I tend to use with smoothies. My favorite shelf, the snack shelf. I love these bins. I think they look awesome. I liked being able to add the label to them. And then in the other open bin, I have so much rice and ramen. I need to make a point to use it. I've been trying to keep the floor a little bit more open so that it's easier to vacuum. We'll see how that goes. So a couple paper towels and extra dish towels. This whole process reminded me of when I first started budgeting. Everything in disarray at first, and then after a little elbow grease, everything is neat, tidy, and organized. In budgeting, that meant peace of mind with knowing where my money was going. For my pantry, it makes me a more joyful cook, knowing exactly what I have and where I have it. If you've tackled any home projects lately, I would love to hear about it. And if you would like to try You Need a Budget free for 34 days, I'll have a link for you in the description box.